Okay. What day is the first meeting? He beat us, came up with a statute like we were unaware of.
Fresh out of law school, right?
Well, you know what? It's funny. If they're handicapped or Native American, it's 1 year to stay at Canada for 1 year.
Want to give the oath tonight?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Ready?
Not yet. Welcome everybody to the zoning board meeting, April 23rd, 2024. My name is Marty Akins, I'm the chairman. Board members, Mr. Himmel, Ms. Barry, Mr. O'Brien, our clerk, Ms. Griffin, and the Director of Inspectional Services behind me is Mr. Conlon. If you have a cell phone or a pager, can you put it on vibrate or silent, please? I'll interrupt the meeting. If you're gonna speak, step outside. If anyone's gonna testify tonight, could you please stand up? If anyone's gonna testify, you think you might testify, please take an oath. If you don't take an oath, you're not gonna testify.
Raise your right hand. The matters before us tonight. You agree to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matters before us this evening.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna go through the list. There's only 4 members here. So if you're not looking for a finding, you can have no one leave or vote against you. You'd have to have all 4 votes tonight. The first one, 45 Shannon Street. Go forward. 1200 C Street.
Just go forward.
48 Ocean Ave. Going forward. 163 Manor Ave.
Go forward.
Okay. Under old business, JBC Architect for variance to subdivide the existing vacant lot, construct 2.5-story single-family dwelling on each of the lot premises number 45 Shannon Street. The applicant and representative here.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Jim Chen, architect representing, of JCBT Architect, representing the homeowner here tonight. For this subject property at 45 Shannon Street. So Shannon Street is currently a vacant land containing approximately 10,871 square feet, located in the Res A zoning district. The proponent is proposing to subdivide the existing lot into 2 separate lots. It was at one point, there was a combination of several lots and common ownership. It was combined. So now we're looking to subdivide the new lot, which is on the left side, known as Lot 45A, at 5,871 square feet. And a new lot known as Lot 45B at 5,000 square feet on the right side of the land. So each newly created lot, we're proposing a new 2.5-story single family, 2-story of living space, and the proposed dwelling consists of 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths, with 2,500 of living area. And the proposed attic will be mechanical and storage only. So the applicant is seeking variance on minimum lot size, minimum lot width in the frontage, front yard setback, right side yard setback, and in addition to front yard paving exceeding 30%. And it also requires a variance for the subdivisions. So this property is surrounded by mostly single-family properties with 1 to 2.5 stories, single families. So I do believe this proposal is very consistent with the majority of the homes around the neighborhood and not any more detrimental. Thank you.
You've done this before, correct? Few years
That was
back?
not me.
Same company, right?
The owner is different, and I believe this project was presented back in 2016.
Right.
I wasn't involved in that.
You know why they didn't build it? Why they never even started? Why they didn't file?
No.
No.
And then they sold it to my client about 2 years ago. They're going to do the same process.
What's the width of the houses?
The width of the house is
23 feet, I'm sorry, 28 feet by 50.
Jesus Christ. No offense, isn't that a little big when we're trying to put subdivision in with two homes over there for you? And then you come back here for another variance to the middle of them, from 9 feet, you can't cut down 2 feet each side?
We could. But once we narrow down
The house, upstairs bedroom would not be, I think we can narrow it down quickly too, but once you narrow down more, it's.
You can't get 2 feet out of that?
We can get 2 feet out, yes.
That's my question. I mean, I was looking at the whole thing, it's just, that's what I like to see, just try to get some distance between them homes. I know, you know, you're dealing with what you're dealing with, I get it. Another thing I wanna talk about is all the vines that are in, in that project that you have there are growing all over, everyone's fences over there, destroying, they already put in 2 fences out in front of that one on the left. That's the second one that Ricky, the mechanic, put in. So the guy behind you that owns property over there, and the vines go everywhere. So that's all gotta be cleaned up. You gotta dig down and get rid of all the vines. They've been wrecking that place down there for years, because no one's taking care of that property. All right?
I'll
Those are
let
my
you know.
things. Any questions, the applicant?
No, I just think the 2,500 square feet, 28 by 50 is too large for these lots.
Comments? Anything? Questions?
Can you outline the parking, please?
Yes.
So there's one garage parking, on the first floor, right there. On the site plan, you see it right there, and then 2 exterior parking on the left side of the property, and then this one's on the right side.
And how deep is the driveway from the street to the garage? What's the distance from the curb cut to the garage?
So from the curb cut to the garage, more than 25 feet. So from the property line, you send back 25 feet. So plus the sidewalk, give it take 5 feet, so about 30 feet.
Okay, so you could easily end up with 4+ cars per side.
Yes, potentially someone can park in front of the garage.
Okay.
Mr. O'Brien?
Can I go, just one, is this the lot that we approved 8 years ago? It's the same,
Same subdivision.
everything's the same?
Pretty much the same.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. You can have a seat. Does anyone want to speak in favor? First call? Second call? Third call? We have a letter of correspondence from the DPW, it has to be read in.
Chang Sang, civil engineer, February 20, 2024, 45 Sheenan Street, case number ZBA 2340. We've reviewed the submittal for the above referenced project, and our comments are as follows. Specify how much impervious area will be increased due to development. Provide plans showing existing site conditions, layout of utility, grading, drainage, and the construction details. Explain how the surface runoff will be discharged and treated. 4, install survey monuments delineating the public right-of-way. The monument shall be set by a professional land surveyor. 5, upon completion of the project, as-built plans showing all utilities, building footprints need to be submitted along with a digital file. Elevation certificate should also be submitted if the property is in a flood zone. Further information is required, please advise.
Thank you. Call up time of hearing closed. For anyone opposed or undecided? First call, second call, Counselor?
Good evening, Dave McCarthy, Ward 1, Councilor 48 Whitney Road. I think my only, first of all, it's great that something's gonna go in that lot. It's been a long time, a lot of rubbish, a lot of overgrown calls that have bothered Mr. Conlon and before that, Mr. Duca. So that's great. The size of the houses, to me, are a little big. I don't know what we did on the redivide for sizes of homes on, we were down on 83 Bird a few weeks ago, but I was hoping they were gonna be very similar, so that's a little concern. The house on the left, and I don't have the drawing of the house, but it seemed to have 2 front doors. I don't know if it was a door coming in off the driveway, I don't know if they changed it, but the house on the left and the bigger, yeah, that's it right there.
When you just have it.
Where you just had it. Right here, where you just had it.
The front.
So it's changed. that there? What's that?
That's the back door, that's the outhouse coming.
It's the back of the house,
Right.
and that's a door, just a,
From the basement.
from the basement coming up.
Correct.
Oh, good. But it's great to brighten up that whole lot. The size is the one thing that I wouldn't see.
We're gonna cut it down 2 feet each,
Yeah.
does that help?
Yeah, but I think they look great, and I'm, you know, and again, is the intent to sell the houses?
That's the intent.
To sell them? No Airbnb thoughts, none of that, right? We're not gonna have any of that in Res A. No, we're not.
Let's say, can't do
Yeah,
that,
no,
brother.
no. Historically, there's a little connection.
Disconnect.
So, I'm good with it. Also, Bill O'Neill's another abutter who's here tonight. And, I know you mentioned Brandon Bergstrom, and that, it'd be nice to brighten up Shannon Street with some 2 new homes on that lot, so.
Thank you, Counselor. Call that part. Anyone else wanna speak?
I just got a question.
All right,
I'm William O'Neill, I'm in a butter. As far as
address?
68 Baxter Street,
Thanks.
cleaning up the yard definitely has to be done. Is that gonna include the trees too? I mean, because I took the 2 down by my house because they were tempted to fall. One's by there, I mean, there's an old lamp pole there.
Yep,
It's still, I've been trying to get rid of that because
he'll clean all that up.
that was the whole thing. And it's
Yeah.
all mixed in on the
Right.
fences and everything.
I know, I hear you. It's a mess back there, it really is. And, I have one question for you, bro.
Yes.
How long has he owned this property?
I would say about 2 years.
2 years? He hasn't done nothing down there? No,
Yeah, it's a mess.
it is, it really is, you know? Glad I didn't know that beforehand. Man. Well, what I'd like to do is really, I'm gonna vote yes for it and I want it built. But I want that yard cleaned up before he gets a permit. I'm gonna put that in there.
And what about the reduction in size?
Oh, it's gonna be 23 feet. 2 feet each side, so what was it, 20,
It was 28.
yeah, 26, each building, 26. Even that's a stretch. Anything, comments?
No comment.
No comment.
I'm good.
Make a motion with that, those 2 things in there?
Make a motion, ZBA 2340, JCBT Architects, a variance to subdivide the existing vacant lot, construct a 2.5-story single-family dwelling on each lot in the premises numbered 45 Sheehan Street, Quincy. We make a recommendation to accept it with the conditions that the width be reduced from 28 feet to 26 feet, and before a permit is issued, the lot is to be cleaned up.
Second.
On the
Third.
motion? Seeing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Under business, new business, ZBA 24-8, 1200 C Street, Brandon Bergstrom for variance finding to construct additions to each side of the existing body shop in the premise number 1200 C Street. Counsel, you're up.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the board. My name is Patrick Foley with a business address at 265 Willard Street, and I'm the attorney for the proposal here tonight. I'm joined here by Tom March, who's the architect of the project. We're here tonight in regards to 1200 C Street, which is a 9,100 square foot lot located in the Business B zoning district, also known as C Street Collision. I just want to give a little background on the applicant before I get into the nuts and bolts of what we're looking to do down here. He's kind of a local success story. He started working at this auto body shop when he was 14 years old. He ended up buying it off the previous owner in 2011 as a relatively young man, I think 18, 19 years old. And during that time, he grew as a business person and as an owner. And in 2020, he actually purchased the building. He now also owns the 4-family right next door to it too, which is a direct abutter. In this time, he's done a tremendous amount of good for the community of Howes Neck as a lifelong resident. He's very involved with helping students at Quincy High and the Quincy Votech that want to learn the trade of becoming a mechanic. Also, very active in helping our veterans in the HousNet community. On Veterans Day, they all takes them out fishing. He sponsors it and takes his whole staff out. And not to mention, just quietly helping so many people in the neighborhood, especially the elderly, who probably sometimes can't afford to get their car fixed. And he just does the right thing by people in the neighborhood. I mean, when you look around at auto body shops now, so many people go to their dealer. So if you're a small independently owned auto body shop right now, the fact that you're doing as well as he is right now, it says a lot about how you treat your customers and the job you do. I think we can all agree on that. What he is seeking to do here tonight is put 2 additions onto each side of the property. On one side, as Hal's gonna go into more detail, he's gonna add an additional bay. And this bay is actually gonna allow him to pull 3 cars that are previously right now in the parking lot right now. It holds 26 cars, so he'll be able to hold 3 of those cars in the bay. And also what he's going to be doing on the other side, it's Business B, you're allowed to go up 4 stories, so he'll be doing a 4-story addition on the other side that directly abuts the 4-family home that he owns. And what this is also going to allow him to do is to take 2 additional cars off the street as well, because where the office is now in the shop, he's gonna be able to swing those onto the addition and use that as an area to hold additional cars. So what he's looking to do on that side is, and Hal will walk you through it, on the first floor, he's looking to have like a welcome area where the customers will just walk in. On the second floor, he's gonna have an office area and intake area for new customers that come in. On the third floor, he's gonna have a lunchroom and a locker room for his employees. Many of these employees in the past are all Quincy residents, so he's providing jobs in the community. And on the 4th floor, he's gonna have his own office up there. So it's staying strictly business. I know it's been a hot button issue in the Business B area, especially in the HousNet, with people worried about, putting up, residential units. This is gonna stay strictly business, and it's Business B. And I'll just have Hal walk you through what he's gonna be doing inside.
Hal, name and address for the record, please.
My name's Hal March, at 2150 Park Avenue, Swan.
Okay. You have the floor.
Thank you. This is a before and after shot that we attempted to put the new design in scale. And you can see the existing building has 3 bays. And if you look closely, these 3 bays are the same, and they kind of align, or they do align with the eve of the building to make the proper scale. Again, Brandon owns this floor, family?
Yes, it is.
And of course, the rest of it. The existing building does have a bit of a parking space here. This is the existing bays now. There's a 1 bay way back here that we're going to demolish so that we can add a deeper bay. And right now it's at lot line, and that's part of the request here today, variance for lot setbacks. This lot is only 9,000 square feet, is it?
9,100.
There you go. And, for a business with cars, it's kind of small, just like all the other lots in Quincy in general. And so instead of building out for his offices, we decided to build up. Each floor is only between 300 and 400 square feet, the floors. So really, the first floor reception is about as big or small as it can be. The second floor, same thing, all the way up to the 5th floor, 400 square feet. It's less than 2,000 square feet total. So the codes are talking about egress and everything. We did establish a way to get, a way to get 2 egress stairs. So that's legal. 1 in the front, 1 in the back. Reception in here on the first floor is 431. The new work bay is 900 square feet. Again, pretty small. The property line is here, and we're proposing to set back an angled wall to follow that line at 15 feet until we get back to here, where the tightest bit is 5 feet. Again, Brandon owns this property, and there's no building here. For some reason, the existing building isn't showing, okay. There's a handicap bathroom on this floor. This whole floor is accessible, the upper floors are not, but because it's private, not public, my reading of the code says it doesn't need to be accessible. You see the upper floors, again, they're small. Second floor, 367. Fourth floor lounge is 400. It's a little bit bigger because of the stair width that's required. And the upper floor is for anyone. That's it.
I just want to add that, I had some conversations with Councilor McCarthy, about this, and, he reiterated that, this area used to have a lot of small businesses down there, and there's not too many of them down there anymore. And I think this would be, a great improvement, to keep a, local business in there and help them keep thriving.
Counselor, I've lived down there 99% of my life. I saw this young guy take over an establishment that really wasn't doing very well down there. And it wasn't nothing like it is even today. What this young man has done down there, I'm very proud of him. I'm proud he's a Hausnecker. And he's done a lot for the community. He's always there, everything he said. And I think if there's one person down Hausneck that deserves something from this city with a little variance, would be a guy like him and what he's done for the people down there. So, I've just known him. I've known the families down there. I've known anyone that has been down there in the last probably 68 years, 65 years, I've known. So, that's gonna be quite a little place, little shop for that corner. It really, because I don't like the way it is right now. There's a lot of crazy building like that, the way it is. A little piece here, a little piece there. And that's a nice, the architect did a good job. My big deal about 4 stories? Not really, but you know what, they're small, they're 400 feet. It's not like we're putting this massive building there and it's gonna house people, it's for office space. Building, to talk about business, so. I really don't have a lot of questions for you. Any questions?
No, I think this kind of straightens the property out. You're right, it looks like piece here, piece
Yeah.
there. Everybody speaks well of the owner. I've never heard anybody speak ill of him, so, which is unusual, this business.
Yeah.
So, I think it's right. I was a little concerned about the 4 stories, but it seems to fit, so.
No questions at this time.
I'd be comfortable with the yard being cleaned up with a little bit less cars in there, and this will do that. So, I agree.
Thank you. You can have a seat, Counselor. Is there anyone want to speak in favor? First call, second call. Speak in favor, you're up. Need your name and address again.
Live on now, 68 Ashford Street. It took a while just to figure out exactly what they were doing, because you hear 4 stories involved.
Whoa,
And
yeah, slow down.
I'm right behind,
Right, slow
you know what
down.
I mean? So 4
Yeah.
stories ago, up there goes the sun,
Right.
sunrise in the morning. But, I've looked into what he's done, I've known Brandon.
Right.
I worked at C Street Auto Body for 11 years,
Yeah.
managed it for a couple, so. I just wanna say, I know it's gonna be tight, but it's always been tight. And if he keeps things looking good, it's fine with me.
Thank you for coming. Is there anyone else want to speak in favor? I got a letter here from DPW I'd like to read in. Councilwoman, I get here.
Dated March 29, 2024, City of Quincy, 1200 C Street, case number ZBA-24-8. We've received this submittal for the above referenced project. Our comments are as follows. 1, specify how much impervious area will be increased due to the development. Provide plans showing the existing site consistent layout of utilities, grading, drainage, and construction details. 3, explain how the surface runoff will be discharged and treated. 4, upon completion of the project, as-built plans showing all utilities, building footprints need to be submitted along with a digital file. Further information is required. Please advise.
Part of hearing closed. Is there anyone want to speak against second call, third call? Counselor, you're up. Against. Big night for you tonight in Ward
It
1.
is, it's a nice night, nice and quiet and easy. Dave McCarthy, Ward 1 Council, 48 Whitney Road. Of course, when this first came out and we're in Business B, right away, I've been watching that Business B now for 2 or 3 or 4 years. Just trying to keep an eye on, mostly the elevation, the height. Never thinking that a business down there would be the one to go up. I was thinking business would go to residents, but by looking at the picture, and I was talking to Brandon outside, I think that first of all, the design looks nice. And it looks like it's very compatible to the 4th family in regards to height. It's not gonna be something that's outrageous, but, I think it fits in with that 4th family next door. Shannon Street, though, is one thing I wanna bring up. With all this juggling around and cleaning things up over there, I just have one request, because I've had a few calls here and there about the trucks, the flatbeds on Shannon. I know Brandon owns a garage also behind, the Bergstroms own a garage behind his 4th family, but just to get it off the street somehow and keep that as cleaned up as possible.
Keep it off the sidewalk. Yeah.
Keep it off the sidewalk, that area, as best they can.
Yep.
Because as Billy just said, it's tight. It's always been tight, but it's gonna clean it up, and as you said, Chairman, it's definitely gonna brighten up the corner
Yep.
down there, and he does do a great job.
As he did the 4th family there.
Right,
Cleaned
he
that
did
up
the
nice.
4th family,
Right.
right. So, yeah, that was beat up for a while,
Yeah.
and it really looks nice, the whole corner, so I'm in support.
Thank you. So our part of hearing closed. I'll be voting in favor.
In favor.
In favor.
Likewise.
Motion, please.
Make a motion, ZBA-24A, Brandon Bergstrom for variance to construct additions to each side of the existing body shop on the premise numbered 1200 C Street, Quincy. Make a motion to accept as presented.
Second?
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Mr. Bergstrom. You do a good job down there. Keep it up. Further on to tonight's business, ZBA 24-9, Nicholas Alamus. You can sell it for me, how's that? For variance to construct an addition to the existing dwelling on the premise number 48 Ocean Street.
How you doing?
Name and address.
Good evening, Chairman and members of the board. I'm Nick Malamas. This is my wife Shauna. We reside at 48 Ocean Ave in Swanham, which we bought in June of 2023. We are proposing a 2-story, 14-foot addition on the right side of the home to extend the living space on the first floor to where the existing dining room ends. The second floor would consist of an additional bedroom, bathroom, and closet space. On top of that would be a roof deck on the new structure with an access via drop downstairs and a roof hatch. For the front addition, be a 12 by 16 storage space at the front of the existing sunroom. And at the end of the day, we're requesting dimensional relief due to our long narrow lot, and currently we only have 2 spots on that lot, so it's just a parking.
All right. When I look at the old existing and the new one, going over, is that like 12 feet, or is it? I know you're taking the first part down, wait a minute, I got it right here.
Yeah, so that portion that bumps out, that's the existing dining room, that's the 14-foot. We're basically going right in line with the existing.
Well, you're not, you're coming over another, how many feet? 4 feet, 5 feet?
2 feet.
No, can't be. 14 feet in the front, right, where you're coming from, when that pitch of the roof, correct?
Right. Oops, sorry, guys.
Now, all those trees and everything, you're gonna be how many feet away from the trees there?
On, yeah, we have at least 6, 7 feet,
Okay,
yeah.
that was my concern. I know your neighbors are close, and I didn't know if they were gonna be here tonight or not.
Right. I've actually, in the past couple of weeks, I talked to my neighbors, they're all awesome, you know, talking to Diane there, and, you know, I'm just cleaning it up. She likes what I did, she came over, I cleaned up the side and just opened it up.
It will, it'll look nice.
Yeah,
It'll look a lot better
yeah.
than that.
Yeah, it's a
Jumbo
funky
bumper.
design, we're just trying to just get some more space, we wanna raise a family there, you know what I mean? So, at the end of the day,
I
we just
know, and
need
you
a
got a
little
small
more.
lot, so
Yeah.
that's good, if we can keep you here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only question, I just wanna see how much room you had from the other side, because one, two, I didn't see. You have any questions, Mr. Himmel?
No, I actually like the design, I think it
Yeah.
pulls the house together.
Yeah, it does,
Thanks.
like 4 pieces the way it's at.
Yeah, I wish Dave was here tonight. He's in a booth, the designer, Dave Nicola. I don't know if you guys talked to him before, but yeah, he's going to another surgery this week, so he's kind of out and about, not out and about. So he did a good job.
Ms. Barry, questions?
Could you just kindly review the side, the right side setback from the lot, side setback?
Side setback.
3-1 and 3-8.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
Now, where that line is not the trees, of course, the trees are
No.
about
Y-
4
yeah,
feet after that.
Yeah, the trees are a couple more feet to the
Yeah.
right into her property.
Right.
9.3, 9.4, 9.5.
Yeah.
distance, yeah.
Oh, the back part here,
Yeah,
on the front, when you're looking, going down here, is a set of trees all around here. Yeah, those high that all, yeah. Any other questions, Ms. Barry? So
No,
far?
not at this time.
You can have a seat. Is there anyone want to speak in favor? Anyone want to speak in favor? First call? Second call? Third call? Who's Mr. Harris?
I emailed him prior to this.
You didn't call him? You didn't call him, talk to him?
I emailed him about it.
I'd be sitting here like waiting for your case. I have a letter here from the DPW. We have reviewed the above referenced project and have no comments. Is there anyone opposed or undecided? Opposed or undecided, first call, second call, third call? All are part of him opposed. I'll be voting in favor.
in favor.
in favor.
Likewise.
It's a nice project. I tied that all together. I'll send it to you. Motion, please.
Make a motion, ZBA-24-9, Nicholas Mullane? Malamas, okay. For variance to construct an addition to the existing dwelling on the premise numbered
No, it's not.
48 Ocean Ave, Quincy. Make a motion to accept as presented.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Further on to tonight's business, CBA 2420, Steve McCront for a variance to enclose the front porch 3Cs in use on the premises number 163 Manor Ave. A little chilly out there, huh?
Not really.
Your deck, on your deck, on your porch. You told me it's freezing up there.
Windy.
It is freezing, it
I
is
think it's
freezing.
the windiest property on the whole street. It's the
Yeah,
highest point.
I'm up in the hills in any direction, and I get the same wind.
You know, yeah. So Steve Grunt, I'm the owner of the property, 163 Manor Avenue, Quincy.
And my name is Richard Bucari Jr., I'm the building contractor to enclose the porch that he's hired
Great.
to do the
Why don't you
job.
tell us what you wanna do?
I'm sorry,
Why don't you tell us what you wanna do to the house?
well, we're not doing any structural changes, it is 6'6" by 18'6" overall, existing. We're just changing, the windows, we're putting 3 windows in, and we're putting a new door into the entry of the existing house, and then we're gonna move the door that's coming off the porch to the side of the driveway side to allow him to come down. There's gonna be a new 3-foot
Yep.
deck and stairs to the driveway on that side and remove, as the picture shows, and that's really all that's being
What are
done.
we doing upstairs? You gonna do anything in the upstairs deck? You're not gonna close that
There's
in?
no deck on
Just
that.
gonna leave it
Well,
like
I'm
that?
just gonna leave that open.
He's
So if
gonna,
it's nice, sunny, no wind, you can get outside?
Yeah, which is
Don't have to open the windows?
once or twice.
You got a beautiful house there, very nice.
Thank you.
it is a
I
beautiful
like it.
home.
Beautiful
and-
home.
Yes,
Beautiful
and
home.
again, they wanted, I'm gonna insulate the floor,
Just
And
make
so
it
with
a
the
three,
walls, just making, we're
three-season.
gonna put a heated floor in as well.
You are gonna?
Yes,
Ooh.
electric heated floor, for the time they're out there to be self-controlled.
Tile?
And, no
Yeah.
tile, I'm gonna put a linoleum,
Linoleum.
lifelock floor, the, you know, the vinyl flooring. And then, of course, the walls will be beadboarded and then painted. And then the exterior of this building makes it a little bit difficult for me because it's stucco. And so when I cut into the new windows and put them in, I have to bring somebody in that's able to stucco to match, to blend the house.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna paint the front of that porch again to blend in with the existing house, which is white.
Yeah, so-
And everything's gonna be white, and the gray decking, white railing, screened in, PVC, and that's really all it is.
I have no questions.
No, I was gonna ask about the stucco, but he
Yeah.
answered it,
Yeah,
so,
he answered it.
thanks, no further questions.
No questions.
Thank you,
You can have a seat.
thank you.
Is there anyone that wants to speak in favor?
I'm in favor.
Council's in
I'm in
favor.
favor.
Council, you're up. You're up. You're the only one here.
Hey, might as well. Dave McCarthy, 48 Whitney Road, Ward 1 Councilor. No, it's great, they do have a beautiful home
Yeah.
on Nantucket. You know, go buy it a lot, and closing it in, will help them with the northeast, with the northeast wind that comes.
In
from-
winter, you can have a cup of tea out there.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Tea,
Cup of tea.
good place for tea.
Yeah, you're on Manor Avenue, how is that? Cup of tea. Is there anyone that wants to speak in favor? Second call, third call, call is closed. I have a letter here from the DPW. We reviewed the above reference project and have no comments. Anyone opposed or undecided? Call one, call two, call three closed. I'll be voting in favor.
In favor.
In favor.
Likewise.
Have a motion, please.
Make a motion, ZBA 2420, Stephen Grunt for variance to enclose the front porch for a 3-season use on the premise numbered 163 Bannock Ave, and make a motion to accept as presented.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Have a motion to adjourn, please.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?